11:47 p.m. The cold wind swept through an empty street, my thoughts engrossed in spreadsheets and work emails that left me drained. A mere block from home, a hand gripped my wrist. "Continue walking," she murmured, her voice a mix of steel and fear. I complied without question, perhaps instinct or something more ominous guiding me. Minutes later, a man in a leather jacket rushed past us, his gaze frantic, searching the pavement as if hunting prey. She clung to me, trembling. I tightened my hold. He moved on. She released her breath. Yet, this isn't about her salvation. It's about mine, granted unknowingly. In those moments, I believed I had it all. A wife who chuckled at my humor, in-laws who celebrated me at holidays, a loyal golden retriever named Milo. We resided in a 3-bedroom colonial home, where the mailbox bore the names Julia and Daniel. The community often referred to us as that couple, implying effortless harmony. However, our tranquility started fissuring with a seemingly insignificant event, an overlooked text message. A recurring gym membership, listed under both our names, marked the first discord in our schedule. Protracted work hours that didn't align with hers raised my eyebrows. Though I'm not a man prone to jealousy, I am no fool either. I began observing subtly, not from suspicion but prudence. She adopted a new scent, stopped adorning her wedding ring during yoga sessions, chuckled less over meals, and smiled more at her phone screen. Upon expressing, "I love you," I sought assurance in her response. She responded with a smile, reciprocating the sentiment. This was when I realized, not what she had been doing, but that the deed had already transpired. I didn't challenge her, I scrutinized her, linked her phone to my old computer, installed a tracker in her vehicle under the passenger seat as suggested online, browsed through browser histories, bank statements. It was all clear. The Airbnb downtown, the second cell phone plan, the dinners billed under wellness services. His name was Evan. He was married too. I discovered his LinkedIn within 10 minutes. Insurance, ordinary man. The type that blends into crowds and unintentionally breaks hearts. Julia wasn't just being unfaithful. She was mapping out a new life. I didn't yell or cried. I adapted, transferred funds to separate accounts, silently sold the stocks I had given her, documented every text, every call. I even captured them kissing in her car outside a PetSmart. The golden retriever was in the back seat. I bided my time, not for fury, but for maximum visibility. Christmas Eve, her parents' house, fire blazing, wine flowing, laughter filling the room like sugar. In crimson attire, Julia appeared resplendent, cradling her glass as if royalty. Evan and his spouse were also present, referred to as neighbors. Ideal situation. I raised my glass for a toast. Prior to unwrapping presents, I announced, there was one gift of mine. Cheers echoed. Anticipating something glittery, Julia's face brightened. Instead, I withdrew a compact black remote and activated it. The TV flickered on, I explained, but it wasn't a video. Footage unfolded, starting grainy, then growing clearer. A car. An Airbnb. Laughter emanating from Julia and Evan in their intimacy. Shock rippled through the room. Aunt Carol dropped her wine. Evan's wife stood stock still, then wept uncontrollably. Mute, Julia neither spoke nor fled. Instead, she seemed to truly gaze at me for the first time in years. Swiftly, the aftermath unfolded. Evan was slapped before the clip ended. Julia's father ordered her departure from the house, and her mother wept in the restroom. By New Year, she resided in a rental, financing her own attorney. I left unscathed, all assets safeguarded. Even the dog chose me as its new owner. You inquired about the woman who held my arm that fateful evening. She expressed gratitude when the peril ceased, commenting on my apparent safety. She observed I seemed safe too. I replied, attributing it to mere timing. However, she was the first to physically connect with me truthfully in a considerable amount of time. In those brief moments, I witnessed what despair embodies. It bore an uncanny resemblance to my own state before awakening. It said betrayal is an art, but so is retaliation. One employs secrecy as its palette, the other frames truth. I don't harbor animosity towards Julia. Instead, I comprehend her predicament. Some individuals flee from their lives. I simply ensured she couldn't escape the debris. Now I tread home solo. Yet, I no longer look behind my shoulder. Because that night she held my arm was the night I relinquished everything else. Share this narrative if you endorse quiet fortitude and the force of walking away with honor preserved.